Hello, everybody. So you're going to attend to our session from Chatbots to Augmented Conversational Assistant. I am Frédéric Jacquet, and Laoja will talk with me on this session. In 2016, Gartner came up with this prediction. By 2020, the average person will have more conversation with bots than with their spouse. Well, we are not there yet, but it is clear that virtual assistants are now very present in our lives, both on their personal and professional aspects. This is why 18 months ago, we decided to search how we could take them to the next level, leading to augmented conversational tools. You know that developing technology is making bots more or less mainstream now. They are used in various fields, including healthcare, call centers, travel booking, online shopping, life of the city, information and services, etc. But chatbots still needs improvements. As a matter of fact, bots still often cause a classic frustration effect when they reach limits in the scope of their abilities. According to a 2019 Forrester study, major areas need to be addressed, including the ability for a bot to have knowledge of users' history and previous interactions, generate automated action based on users' responses, lead users through a clear conversation, just to mention a few. A conversational tool aims to serve two defined purposes. From the company point of view, this is efficiency, while from the customer's point of view, this is satisfaction. What could be the main frustrations areas I mentioned? First, bots don't understand my question. Number two, bots don't give me the answer I expect. And then the third point is the means for interaction with bots are way too limited. So what did we do? We augmented them with technologies such as advanced data processing and AI, and we designed a unique approach based on crowdsourcing methods, complementing and improving AI techniques. Next slide. So in this presentation, what you're gonna see, how AI and machine learning can improve chatbots' conversational capabilities, how human can improve machine learning capabilities based on our crowdsourcing method, and finally, how the combination of technologies, methods, and human can lead to an inclusive bot. And now I'm gonna pass to Laoja.
Okay, thank you, Frederic. Now we're going to see how machine learning and AI can be used to augment chatbot capabilities. So the first AI component that we identified to augment chatbot capabilities is the computer vision multiple choices, which is basically, which will allow the user to choose from different options that the bot will be showing on the screen. So it is, we think it is, it will make the conversational, it will make the conversation between the user and the chatbot more natural, and that will increase the satisfactory level we are aiming for. So let's quickly see how it works. So at the beginning, we feed and train a model with thousands of images with that represent hands in different positions. We then use that model in the second step to locate a hand in a picture. Then we do some calculation to draw a circle around the hand and find the center of that circle. And then finally, we write code to specify which action to do depending on the position of the targeted center. Let's quickly see a demo now. All right, now, just to mention, this feature isn't integrated to the bot yet, but here we can see how it would look like. We execute a code that will lead in a screen with different options to choose from. And here we can see that we have 2 points, one in yellow that follow the hand movement, and the other one, which is a cross that follows the mouse movement. We can also see that those 2 points are moving quite independently. That's showing that we really have hand on one side and the cross in the other side. Now let's choose the top right option to open the submit page, to register. Now the page is opened. Let's close it. And let's quit the application. So that's it. That's all for the demo of multiple choices. that will make the conversational more natural. Let's see the second feature that we identified to augment the chatbot. Now, the second feature that we identified to augment chatbot, the second machine learning feature, is recommendation algorithm, which is basically the possibility for the bot to predict the user's intention based on very few words or few tips that the user will be giving. So we think it will allow the user to make himself understood in a better way. Now let's see how it works. So at the first beginning, it starts with user sending messages to the bot in full text. In the second step, the bot will give answers to those questions that was asked. And then in the third question, the bot will grab the fact that the user liked the answers or not. And for those answers that was liked by the user, there will be a kind of mapping between the user's questions and the bot answers. And then in the fourth step, by doing some calculation, some frequency calculation, the bot will extract the keywords from those questions so that it will feed a model to predict the user question whenever the user will give those keywords. And according to that, the bot will give the corresponding answer. Now, a use case for this algorithm is a help desk use case where some users will be asking from some equipments, and the bot using their keywords will predict their needs and suggest some supplementary equipments that they might need. So it starts with users that are authenticated at the very beginning of their conversation. So we can have an administrator, a manager, or a developer. They send a message in full text to the bot, and the bot going through all the steps that we've seen above, bot giving answer, doing the mapping, extracting keywords, will predict the user's role. And then in the future, when the user will have another conversation with the bot will use the few tips, few words that the user will be given to predict its role and suggest some supplementary elements or equipments that the user might need just because other users with the same role has needed that previously. So that's all. Let's see how let's see a demo of the recommendation. So here, basically, I will be asking for some equipment, and the bot will be based on that, what I asked to predict my role. So first, let's say I ask for calendar access and a mouse. The bot will say, okay, you asked me about calendar access, a mouse, and a keyboard. So you must be a manager, and as so, you must need a computer and a smartphone. Now, if I change my mind and ask instead of calendar access, I ask for installing VS Code, the boss will this time say, okay, now you ask me about VS Code and a computer. So I guess you must be a developer, and as so, you must need a smartphone, DevTools, a keyboard, and a mouse. So that's how it works. The bot will predict our intention and our role, and will suggest supplementary elements that we might need. That's all for the recommendation algorithm. So now let's see how human and conversational methods can be used to increase bot capabilities. So how does human contribution augment a chatbot? The chatbot bot itself doesn't have the necessary imagination to extend its replying and understanding abilities up to that satisfactory level that most of people will be in right to wait for. So we think by bringing in the human's emotion and creativity, we can make that happen. That's why we created a crowding platform where different people of any kind can come and propose alternative ways of asking questions and different ways of replying to those questions. And they can also correct each other's proposition and remove them if necessary. So let's quickly see how it works. So at the beginning, we have a Q&A when each question is linked uniquely to one and only one answer. Then crowders working together will propose for each question different ways of asking it, and for each answer, different way of replying. And then in a second step, again, working together, they will correct each other's questions and answers. And that work will lead to augmented and clean Q&A database. In the third step, we will use that clean and augmented database to feed the chatbot, so it will be able to adapt its answers based on what users need, that we'll be seeing soon, to ask for clarification if the user's question isn't clear enough, and reformulate its answers if the user doesn't get it. Let's see quickly a demo. So here, what we'll be seeing is at the first step, the crowder will be proposing different ways of asking the same questions. And then afterward, they will be giving scores to those questions based on few criteria such as details, complexity. And afterward, those notation and proposition will be stored in the database. Now, what they did with the question, they will be doing exactly the same thing, but now with answers. So they will propose alternative answers, and they will give notations for those answers based on the same criteria. And then afterward, all that will be stored in the database again, and will be feeding the chatbots. Now, alongside this crowding platform, we also have a monitoring system to make sure that the quality of the work will be high. So what does it consist in? Each crowder can see his level, his score, how many questions he has proposed, and how many answers he has given. And we have levels such as a rookie, an intermediate, or an expert. And the idea of gamification is that when a crowder sees that, okay, I am a rookie and I want to do better than my mate, so I will work better. And that's the process of gamification. So it worked quite well. And in the same time, we have the possibility for the manager of the administrator or the administrator to remove a crowder when he is not doing his job correctly. For instance, if he has offending words in his proposition. So he can be suspended, and the administrator can also give him the right back. So that's how the crowding work alongside with monitoring. Now, let's see what the human's contribution has brought to the bot as features. Now, the first feature that the human's work has brought to the bot is the possibility for the bot to adapt his answer to the user's need. So basically, if the user say, okay, now I want short answers, the bot will take that in account and bring short answers to the user. And anytime in the conversation, the user can change his mind and say, now I want more details because I don't want to go straight to the point. I want to know everything you can propose. And then the bot will take that in account and give detailed answers to the user. So let's see how it works. At the beginning, the user sends a request to the chatbot in full text. And the second step, the bot will give answers to the user. Once it does that, in the third step, it will grab the fact that the user likes his answers or not, and will store that information in its memory in the fourth step. Alongside that, the bot, for the answers that it doesn't know anything, it will do a prediction based on its memory to say if the user will like or not the answer that he is about to give. And over conversation, the bot will be updating its model so that at the end, it will be almost certain that of which answer the user would like. So that's what we're aiming to do. But in the demo, what we'll be seeing is a simple example where the user need will be only short if he wants short answers or long answers. So let's quickly see a demo. So here at the beginning of the conversation, I will specify to the bot that I want short answers. So we can say that all answers that the bot will be giving, uttering, will be short. And now, if I change my mind and say, okay, now I want long answers, we will see that the answers that the bot will take that in account and answers that he will be giving me will be long. So that's all for adaptive answers. Let's see other features that the humans work has brought. The second feature that the human work has brought to the bot is the possibility for the chatbot to reformulate his answers anytime the user doesn't understand. It can seem basic, but actually you can imagine during a conversation when you say you don't understand and the bot keeps saying the same thing or even worse, replies saying it doesn't understand. It can be quite frustrating, and we think this feature can get rid of that undesired behavior. So let's see how it works. First, the user sends a question to the chatbot, and the chatbot will choose among the answers of its knowledge base one answer that is linked to the question that the user has asked. And in the same time, the bot will store in its memory the given answers and will tag it as already given. So now in the third step, when in the future the user sends the same question to the chatbot will again choose one answer from those of its knowledge base, but this time among those that wasn't tagged will choose responses that wasn't already targeted as already given. And as the conversation will be going, the bot will be updating its memory until it doesn't have any other response for the specific question. And that's when the bot will say, okay, sorry, for this specific question, I have no other answer to propose you. Do you want me to propose you an answer that you have already seen? And the user can say yes or no, and depending on its answer, the bot will act accordingly. So let's quickly see a demo now. So basically what I will be doing here is to say each time the bot will give me an answer that I don't understand. So let's go. I ask a question about the visa and the bot gives me an answer. And I keep saying, I don't understand, and again, I don't understand. And each time I will be saying that, the bot will propose a different answer. So it could propose a different way of saying the same answer until there is no other answer to give. And then the bot will say, okay, sorry, for this specific question, I have no other answer to propose you. That's all for the reformulating capability. Let's see the third and last feature that the Crowdsourcing work has brought to the bot. It is the possibility for the chatbot to ask for clarification whenever the user's question isn't clear enough. So it's something different from the bot saying, I don't understand. It is, okay, I'm a bit confused. What are you saying? Are you talking about this thing or this other things? So that's why we'll be seeing here. First, let's see how it works. So the state of that is that at the beginning, we have at least two questions that are really similar in their meanings. So when the user asks one of those questions, the bot is confused and doesn't know which answer to give because he has at least two possibilities. So what the bot will be doing is to extract keywords from each of those questions that was similar. And alongside that, it will also extract keywords for the alternative ways of asking those questions that we grab from users, from Crowdsourcing work. And then he will, by doing frequency calculation, he will grab the most popular, the most frequent words that characterize the question. And it will use those questions in the future conversation to ask for clarification to the user, saying, okay, do you mean this bunch of keywords or rather this other bunch of keywords? And the user will choose from that. Let's see a demo. So just to precise, just to clarify things. Here we are in the context of making a travel to Bali. So I will be asking questions about animals and possibility to cancel my travel. So let's go. I ask a question saying, can I cancel without any other information? And then the bot will say, okay, I'm not sure I've understood what you want. Do you mean you want to cancel your reservation or you want to cancel your trip? And then I will say, no, I will choose the first one, saying, okay, I want to cancel my reservation. I will choose the first option, saying I want to cancel my reservation, and the bot will give me the answer. Now, what I will be showing here is that we can bring together all the features that we discussed above. So asking for clarification, adaptive answer. And now what I will do, I will ask for more details. So we can see that we can also use adaptive answers features. So I say, can you give me more details? And the bot gives a bit more details. As for this specific question, we don't have it in its knowledge base, much more details. So let's keep doing that and ask about animals this time. And the bot will say, okay, I just grabbed 32% of what you just said. So can you give me more details? And as I keep asking about animals. And this time the bot say, okay, I'm not sure I've understood what you just said. Are you talking about animals in the plane or other things? And now, instead of choosing between 1, 2, and 3, I will write it in full text, saying, okay, I go for the first option. And by doing so, the bot will give me an answer, a very detailed one. And if once again, I'd say, can you give me a shorter version of your answer? The bot will take that into account and will give me a shorter answer. So that's all for how the human contribution can improve chatbot capabilities. I will now hand on to Frederic so he could walk you through the perspective of making inclusive chatbots.
Thank you, Laoja. So about inclusive bot, well, digital transformation, bringing new technologies, new methods, and bringing new communication ways is expected to play a leading role to address the biggest developmental, environmental, and social challenges of the 21st century. According to the Human Resources research from Gartner, technology will drive equality for people with disabilities. By 2023, Gartner predicts that the number of people with disabilities employed will triple due to AI and emerging technologies reducing barriers to job access. CDC states disability inclusion means understanding the relationship between the way people function and how they participate in society, and making sure everybody has the same opportunities to participate in every aspect of life to the best of their abilities and desires. Back to chatbots, you know that texting can be challenging to many people based on their morphology or due to symptoms such as the tremor, limited mobility in upper limbs, for example, depending on age, physical trauma, disease, or any deficiency. When putting together the results of our research, it appeared to us that we just came up with a set of tools and methods bringing much easier access to the world of business to everybody. At some point, we have obviously made it clear in our team that we need to conduct a specific branch of research in order to take advantage of AI. Augmented bots that would lead to facilitating integration of disabled persons in the working world, just like everybody else. So, what did you see today? We provide you with explanation on how artificial intelligence and machine learning can improve chatbots' conversational capabilities, and also explanations on how human can improve machine learning capabilities based on a crowdsourcing method. And you could see many short demonstrations to show what we were saying. So now I know we still have 5 minutes, and we will be very happy to answer to your questions, the question you may have.